The multiverse is unleashed in Spider-Man: No Way Home, bringing villains from other universes into the MCU. Who are they and what are their stories? Spider-Man: No Way Home feature the return of classic Spider-Man villains from previous film franchises. 1. Dr. Octopus. Dr. Otto Octavius, also known as Dr. Octopus, was Spider-Man 2's antagonist and the villain featured most prominently in No Way Home's marketing. Played by Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus turned to villainy after a lab accident fused 4 deadly robotic tentacles to his body, and his mind became altered by their advanced artificial intelligence. Once a kind and altruistic scientist, Octavius became a callous and murderous criminal who cared only for resuming his scientific research at all costs. In No Way Home, Doc Ock seems to be a potential ally to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, speaking to him without any antagonism in several moments and appearing to absorb the Iron Spider suit's nanotech into his tentacles. Octavius may have overcome the malicious influence of the tentacles AI like he did at the end of Spider-Man 2, and he might end up helping Spider-Man repair the damage he did to the multiverse with his incredible intellect. 2. Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, aka Norman Osborn, was Peter Parker's arch-nemesis in 2002's Spider-Man, capturing the essence of one of Marvel Comics' most dangerous supervillains. A crazed sadist with superhuman abilities and a vast arsenal of advanced weaponry, Norman Osborn is obsessed with Spider-Man and endeavored to dismantle the web-slinger's life piece by piece after discovering his secret identity made even more difficult that he was the father of Harry Osborn, Peter's best friend in that universe. Dafoe returns in No Way Home, wearing his iconic Raimi trilogy armor and wielding his deadly pumpkin bombs and razor bats once more. Given his dialogue in the second No Way Home trailer, Osborn will likely try to break Spider-Man's spirit once again, playing twisted head games with Tom Holland's Peter Parker and perhaps attacking his loved ones as he did to Tobey Maguire's iteration. 3. Electro. As shown in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Max Dillon, the eventual Electro, was not a malicious person before he accidentally received his electrical powers. As an underappreciated and often overlooked Oscorp employee, Dillon obsessively idolized Spider-Man after the superhero saved his life, but eventually turned on his idol and adopted the Electro moniker. Electro's fate was ambiguous at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but he's nevertheless shown fighting Tom Holland's Spider-Man alongside other villains. Electro looks noticeably different in his MCU appearance, no longer a luminescent blue, but instead a normal human in a green electrician's uniform, referencing his classic 1960s costume. Electro's iconic mask is absent, but his electricity surges around his face in the trailer, forming a similar shape to the mask as an additional comic book reference. 4. Sandman. Flint Marko, the Sandman, played by Thomas Hayden Church, was one of Spider-Man 3's 3 antagonists. In a controversial retcon, Marko was the real killer of Peter Parker's Uncle Ben in the Raimi trilogy, though circumstances still rendered Peter Parker responsible for the tragic events, preserving his origin story's key character development. Marko normally takes the form of a human, turning his hands into various deadly forms with his shape-shifting abilities, but he became a sentient cloud of sand and a gigantic, monstrous version of himself at various points in Spider-Man 3. In the No Way Home trailer, he's only shown in the latter two forms, and given his redemption at the end of Raimi's trilogy, it's not yet clear why he's apparently returned to villainy. 5. The Lizard. The antagonist of 2012's The Amazing Spider-Man, Dr. Curt Connors, aka The Lizard, returns in No Way Home. Like Dr. Octopus, Connors was a kind-hearted scientist whose mind was altered for the worse by one of his experiments. In Connors' case, it was a serum meant to imbue regenerative abilities. Unlike Octavius, however, Connors survived his battles with Spider-Man, returning to human form and being committed to a mental institution, which makes Doctor Strange's comments curious. Connors will transform into the Lizard once more in No Way Home, making his return to villainy unsurprising, and he'll retain his appearance from the 2012 movie as well.